What's up, people? Welcome back to the Colorado Sports Dog blog. I'm glad to see that you've decided to come back. Judging by my last couple posts, looks like a few of you tuned in, so that's definitely an encouraging sign for me at least. I also mentioned in my last couple posts to comment and let me know what you want to talk about. And I did get one comment from a Mountain Dugan out there in Cyberland, and he wanted me to talk about the Colorado Rockies and specifically the Ubaldo Jimenez trade. So, I guess here goes my rant about the Rockies and Ubaldo. Looking at the Rockies, they're at 8 games under 500. They're at 52-60. Obviously, they've traded away their best pitcher. And quite honestly, it looks like they've decided to pack it in and look toward next season. This might become a shock to some people, especially after the Rockies were chosen first in the NL West in the preseason, I guess. But after looking at the stats and after doing some of my own research, I'm not surprised at all now at where they're at. You look at the big holes in their offense and the underproduction of some of the players that were supposed to be fantastic, and it easily shows why they're not in a position to make the playoffs. You look at second base, the 3 guys that they're trying to rotate in, Eric Young Jr., Jonathan Herrera, and Mark Ellis. These 3 players have highly underperformed this year. Eric Young's batting .218, Herrera's batting .248, and Ellis is batting .229. Those numbers are not going to get it done for you from an offensive standpoint. You look at third base, Ian Stewart, who is supposed to be the next great rising star for the Rockies. He, in 44 games played, he's batting .148 with 0 home runs and 4 RBIs. That's an unbelievable statistic to me. Wigington, the guy who was sent to replace him, he's batting .256. Spilborghs, who's supposed to be one of our top outfielders, he's batting .217. Dexter Fowler is batting .264 and has fought injuries. I mean, you look at the Rockies lineup, who is showing up every night? Okay, you got Cargo. He's battled injuries, though. Tulo, he's putting up good numbers, but maybe not the numbers that represent his contract. Helton has been great. I will say that. He's proved me wrong. He can do it in his old age, or at least old baseball age. You look at the Rockies pitching staff. Who on this pitching staff stands out? All their ERAs are pointing up toward 4. Sha Sheehan has an ERA of 3.38, but trust me, I had him on my fantasy baseball team for a while. He's very up and down. He's been very inconsistent at times. Again, like I said, you look at these numbers on paper, you see why they're 8 games below 500. You also look at the injuries they've battled. I mentioned a couple of them, but Jorge De La Rosa, huge blow to the Rockies when he had to have Tommy John surgery. He was 5-2 and was boasting an ERA a little above 3. That's a huge blow to a pitching staff and a team that needs good pitching night in and night out, who isn't getting the offensive numbers every night. So, I guess, who do you blame for all of this? Well, really, I don't think you can point the blame in one specific direction. I think this is an entire organization failure. From the players to Jim Tracy for not being able to figure out something to make it work, to the scouts of not scouting well, specifically in the case of Ian Stewart, Dan O'Dowd, the general manager, who has been great at times, but has also been known as Dan O'Dud at times. rotten luck in terms of injuries. Yes, you can attribute that a little bit. So, what do you do in this case? Well, I guess you do have to pack it up and look towards the future. But do you really trade Ubaldo Jimenez, your best pitcher, who had a manageable contract and was putting up at least good numbers since his, I guess, beginning of the year collapse a little bit? I don't know if that's the right move. And Dan O'Dowd said that, quote, he had to restock the pitching staff and it was hard for him to turn this deal down even if the Rockies were 10 games above 500. I don't believe that. I just don't. And now you're looking at 4 prospects coming in that may or may not turn out. I just think there's a lot of risk involved with this. And why did we even need to make this move in the first place? Because Dan O'Dowd's scouts didn't make the correct calls in the pitching staff in the minor leagues. You look at guys like Greg Reynolds, who now is with the Rockies in the bullpen. He's been a disaster. He was a former first-round pick. I don't want to get into everyone because I don't want to bore you with all the statistics and the names, but it's been an organization failure this year. And I tell you one thing, if it doesn't turn around quick, you're going to see more guys flying out the window, including Jim Tracy and Dan O'Dowd. Jim Tracy, nice guy, but unfortunately, if you don't win in this league, you're going to be out quick. But I will also say this to go along with that: winning cures all. Come out next year, show the world that you can win, and show the major leagues that you can win. Show your fans that you can win. Keep your jobs. I don't want to see anyone get fired, and neither does any Rockies fan. So, I guess the bottom line is, I'm obviously very frustrated with the way this year has gone so far. I just want to see them win. Please win. And I guess there's no quick fix, but look toward next year. But be ready to play when you're called upon next year. So, thank you very much for tuning in to my blog. Please comment, follow on Twitter, let me know what you want to talk about. I'll try not to be so somber in my upcoming blogs, but I do get very upset when my teams don't win. But thank you again for tuning in, and hope to see you soon. I'll try to get as many blogs up as I can. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.